Hi everyone! I know that we all get scared sometimes and insecure, and that's not always a bad thing. But when it comes to following your heart and listening to your intuition, fear is a bad advisor. So, I want to share with you today what you can do to overcome those fears. My name is Kinga de Wit, founder of Wellness in Mind. Overcoming your fears is really hard because each time you want to do something that is outside of your comfort zone, your brain kicks in. Because our brain, our ego, wants to keep things as they are. You know, our brain is an animal of habit. So when you want to do something else, which requires taking risks and courage, your brain sets off all the alarm bells, keeping you where you are because it thinks it will keep you safe. But that's not always the case. So when you really feel that you're passionate about something and you want to change your career or do something outrageous, how will you know for sure that that is a good thing to do when you also have responsibilities? Well, fear has different forms. We have a very important kind of fear, and that really is the stress response. And the stress response keeps us safe in situations that are life-threatening. For instance, when you're walking down the street and you see a car coming at you, then you don't have the time to think about that situation and you have to move before it hits you. So the stress response makes that possible. It makes it possible to come into action very quickly. There is also a kind of fear that allows us to feel shame and to be responsible human beings. Because without a sense of that kind of fear, we would all be running around naked outside and do life-threatening things. So fear isn't necessarily bad. And it can be helpful, it can be useful, functional, and we cannot get rid of fear altogether. But we do also have anxieties. We think about the future and what might happen and what can go wrong. And the problem with this is that our conscious mind can distinguish between life-threatening situations and anxieties about things that didn't really happen and probably never will. But our most primal brain, the lizard brain if you will, doesn't make that distinction. So each time you worry about something or you see yourself failing in something important in your life, you also get that stress response as if you were in a life-threatening situation. So it's very difficult for us human beings to overcome that fear. And what you can do to help yourself is to try to make a distinguish between those fears. Because when you have an intuitive fear that something might go wrong, it's a different feeling from feeling anxious. For instance, when you're a doctor and you just admitted a patient to your hospital and you cannot find anything wrong with them, but you have a gut feeling that you cannot send them home just yet. And that same night, the patient really needs your help. So you have no clear, you don't know why you know this to be true, but you just know it is. So it's important to learn how to listen to that inner voice. You can do this by training your intuition. You can do this on a daily basis with small steps. So you don't have to change your career all of a sudden because it really takes a lot of courage. You can do it step by step to come to that courage and decision and commitment. So what I would invite you to do is think about the small steps you can take to listen to your intuition. For instance, when you feel like getting a snack because you normally do, or when you feel a little bit sad or lonely, you always get a snack. Give yourself time to feel what your intuition says. And maybe it is saying to you, get a bottle of water because you're actually thirsty, you're not hungry. Or maybe you're used to always saying yes to parties and stuff, but you feel really tired. So now you listen to your body and say, no, I'm gonna relax this weekend, I'm not gonna go to a party. So it's a way to train your intuition. Ultimately, when you stay true to yourself, you really listen to your passion and that inner voice, you only need to have courage to take that first step. Because when you do, you feel absolutely great. And your intuition comes from a place of peace, love, and compassion. So when you are on the right track, you will feel at peace. And maybe there will be a voice in the back of your mind saying, well, what are you doing now? And stop it, and you will fail, and who do you think you are? But that's false fear. That's not real. That's your ego talking. But when you're on this path and you think about it, you visualize what you want to do. You want to start a relationship with someone, or get a new job, or whatever. And you see yourself living that decision and it feels peaceful and absolutely great, take the first step. And it doesn't have to mean that you throw everything else out and that you take big risks. It doesn't have to be that way. But you will know, you will feel if it's the right path for you. I'm wishing you a lot of courage with this exercise, and I would love to hear from you. And if you have any additional questions, please comment below or send me a private message. And if you found this video helpful and inspiring, please share it with your friends. And I'll see you again the next time. Bye bye!